Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So I'm not entirely sure whether this mail was intentional or an accident, but we do know the new champions coming to the game in February as well, kind of by the looks of it, the February side event. Because even though it says us to go to forums, we can't find this post anywhere on forums. However, the in-game mail lets us know that Dust and Ironheart are joining the contest. We're going to talk about them in just a bit. But it also tells us that it is going to be the year of the dragon incursions. So we will once again see incursions kind of like altered, where we're going to get continuously Dust and Ironheart as the possible bosses alongside others. And it's going to have a bit different reward structure, just like we have had a couple of times already. So incursions will be going down for a couple of days. I believe it says from February 2nd to February 5th, their incursions are going to go on downtime, as well as on March 5th to March 7th for them to effectively rework it. There will also be some specific Fortune Dragon Crystals, which reward legendary class ISO 8 incursion artifacts and gold. So that is quite neat and nifty as well. Hopefully the reward structure will be quite good. Unfortunately, as of right now, we do not have more information about it. But let's take a look at Dust and Ironheart. So I do think that a lot of us already saw Ironheart getting added to the contest. I think that was pretty much inevitability based on, you know, what Marvel likes doing these days and what Kabam likes doing these days. So if you did not know or do not follow one second, that is a wrong one. If you do not follow MCU anymore, Ironheart is Riri Williams. It's effectively the new generation, the modern version of Iron Man, and with much of like power set. It's an armored suit basically into a operated by a super genius human being, and you get much of the same perks as well. We can go and read about Ironheart's abilities. So she's a skilled inventor and engineer, super genius intelligence. Effectively, it's a gender swap version of Tony Stark with less baggage, I suppose, and less issues. So we have armor, originally used a crude suit of armor with technology reverse engineered from the Iron Man armor. The armor was capable of achieving flight and flipping over a speeding truck, but it fractured as a consequence of the impact. Her second suit fractured, cutting edge similar to Iron Man's suit. In the wake of the Primaral's destruction and at the hand of Thanos, the Riri finished designs of a newer, more aerodynamic powered armor to replace it. And there you go. So she's gonna have all the pulses, all the blasts, all the other stuff. We can see her stats max out at until, well, those are some very, very good stats, except for fighting skills. They ain't none, right? But yeah, so that is Riri Williams and Dust. And Dust is, well, effectively a mutant version of a Lady Sandman. I suppose I could describe her like that. She's a Sunni Muslim, I believe. I don't know how many Muslim characters we do have in game. I believe Kamala Khan is Muslim as well, but she is from that part of the world too. And so she typically wears hijab as well. So I'm sure that there are going to be a segment of the player base who's quite happy to see that representation. And yeah, much of her powers are basically like Sandman's, except that she typically, when she's in the sand form, projects herself in the form of a sandstorm, opposed to Sandman kind of like just, you know, being on the ground. She's kind of like in the air being a sandstorm, right? So Dust is a mutant. Dust has the ability to convert herself into destructive sandblast by simultaneously transforming the substance of her body into loose silicon particles and creating explosive release at the center, expelling her sunny mass at high velocity in all directions, then causing her particles to reassemble themselves back into her human form. With the parent telepathic control, she can then move at a high velocity, resembling sandstorm. The sandstorm effect is strong enough to destroy steel and rip the flesh from one's bones. This is held by the microscopic edges of the sand particles acting as tiny blades. She can also enter other people's lungs and scour them from the inside. I wonder why we don't have Sandman who does that. Like, legitimate. I'm just saying, Sandman should be way more OP in the game when he has like some sort of you know, well-timed special, and he just saying, that's a missed opportunity. Whatever. Telepathic resistance. Dust is very hard to telepathically Dust is very hard to detect or influence while in her sand-like form, even for more powerful telepaths like Professor Xavier and Jean Grey. Enhanced durability. Dust's skin, bone, and muscle are augmented to make it stronger and harder than human, impervious to injury to a certain extent. Also, magical resistance. Multilingual. And her biggest weaknesses are effectively wind and water. Her sand form is vulnerable also to extremes of heat, causing her to crystallize into glass. Overall, very, very cool character in my opinion. Not necessarily something that I expected in the game, but, you know, let them have another crack at Sandman-alike character, and hopefully this one they will do better with, because Sandman, unfortunately, even though he got a tune-up, will never be, you know, top caliber of a champion in my opinion. So, you know, that's a shame, because I really do like Sandman. Perhaps when it comes to releasing Sandman 2.0 strong independent lady, they're gonna do better. Probably will. Anyway, but those are pretty much the news that we have gotten from this mail. Again, once I do see the forum posts, I will let you guys know, but I do have a feeling that these were not necessarily meant to come out just yet, because typically, yeah, it happens later, and there are still no corresponding forum posts pretty much everywhere, anywhere by Kabam, even though it tells you to go to forums. We still cannot see announcements from Kabam. As soon as they are there, as soon as we have more details about rewards and everything else, I will let you guys know. But that is what we know for now. Dust and Ironheart joining the game. Side event is going to be linked to incursions, which is fair enough. Hopefully the rewards are good. And I, for one, cannot wait for this month to be over. It did feel like it kind of drags, especially this final week when everything is off season. Cannot wait for Wednesday for the new Battleground season to start. Hopefully, I don't know whether Kabam does have any buff for the season rewards for the store in mind, because, you know, I think it is well overdue with everything else. But at the very least, the month is nearly over, right? And the update is coming, and we're gonna get some new and fresh things to do. So let me know what you guys think about the Incursion side event, Dust and Ironheart, and I am going to catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information